Have you ever felt like the world only sees what's on the surface? Like you're measured by your clothes, your status, your image, not your heart, not your history, not your soul? This is the story of a boy who walked through life in broken shoes, but he carried something far more powerful than what he wore. He carried spirit, and that, as you'll see, changes everything. We live in a culture obsessed with appearance, a culture that tells us, if it looks good, it must be good. If they speak confidently, they must be right. If they wear the right brands, they must be worth more. But beneath every label, every face, every surface, there's a silent story unfolding, a quieter truth most people miss. Today we step inside one of those stories, not because it's flashy, not because it's viral, but because it reminds us what truly matters. He was 12 when the kids first noticed. His sneakers were old, the kind of old that isn't just worn, but patched, frayed, and torn. Duct tape hugged the soles. The laces were uneven lengths. One toe peeked out through a threadbare hole. They laughed, not because he was funny, but because cruelty often hides in nervous laughter. One kid said, "Did you pull those out of the trash?" Another asked, "Don't your parents love you enough to buy you new ones?" He didn't respond. Not because he didn't feel it. He did. But because somewhere deep inside, he knew they were wrong. It's easy to judge what we can see. But wisdom, real wisdom, lives beneath the surface. Those shoes, they weren't just broken. They were lived in. They carried miles of memories, walks to school with his little sister, rainy nights helping his mother clean offices, mornings where he chose breakfast for her, and nothing for himself. Those shoes weren't a sign of poverty. They were a sign of quiet sacrifice. Months passed, the whispers grew, and then, one day, everything changed. The school announced a talent showcase. He signed up. No one paid attention. Until the lights dimmed. The spotlight hit center stage. And that same boy, the one with the duct-taped shoes, walked out holding a worn violin. You could hear the murmurs ripple through the room. Then he played. And in that moment, the world stopped pretending. His bow danced like it had a soul of its own. Every note was fragile, trembling, sincere. The auditorium, once buzzing with noise and judgment, fell completely silent. Because suddenly, those broken shoes weren't what people saw. They saw his depth. They heard his pain. They felt his strength. There was a pause, the kind of pause that follows something holy. And then, thunderous applause. Not because he won, not because he performed, but because he reminded them all what it means to be human. We all wear something broken. For some, it's shoes. For others, it's shame, or grief, or failure. But what matters isn't what's visible. What matters is what we carry inside. This boy didn't let judgment define him. He let resilience guide him. He didn't need new shoes. He needed to be seen, truly seen. And once he was, he gave others permission to be seen too. The Stoics believe that we can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. This boy responded not with anger, not with revenge, but with stillness. He carried his weight with quiet dignity, not to impress, but because he knew. Spirit is unbreakable when it's rooted in love. Maybe you've been overlooked. Maybe you've been mocked for something others couldn't understand. Or maybe you've judged someone too quickly because it was easier than looking deeper. We all have. But the next time you see someone who seems small, strange, or out of place, pause. Ask yourself, what have they carried that I'll never see? What pain are they hiding beneath their smile? What beauty might be buried under the surface? Compassion lives in those questions. So does wisdom. He still wears broken shoes sometimes, not because he can't afford better, but because they remind him You don't need the world's approval to be whole. You don't need polished perfection to be powerful. You just need courage. Courage to walk your own path. Courage to stay soft in a hard world. Courage to believe in your worth, even when no one else can see it yet. And that is what makes a spirit unbreakable. So today ask yourself, what are you carrying? And what are you hiding beneath the surface, waiting to be seen? This is your inner arc, your journey inward. Let this story be a mirror, not to compare, but to connect. If this story moved you, pause before the next scroll, sit with the feeling, let it change something inside. And if you're seeking a place for more stories like this, for truth, reflection, and quiet strength, subscribe to Inner Arc. We're just getting started.